Ukrainian filmmaker Oleg Sentsov has been sentenced to 20 years in Russian jail for resisting the occupation of his native Crimea. He is one of the 44 Ukrainian hostages of the Kremlin. The Let My People Go campaign advocates for the release of all of them. In Russian-occupied Crimea, you may end up behind bars because you have Ukrainian ID. No matter which views you hold, left or right, or even if you have pro-Russian views altogether.
It doesn't matter.
But you're at double risk if you supported the Euromaidan revolution. Or if you're a Muslim, like the indigenous population of Crimea, the Crimean Tatars who resisted Russian occupation. 19 Crimean Tatars are accused of terrorism simply because they're Muslim. What does Russia get out of imprisoning these people? Well, first, Putin's government persuades Russians that they are a danger and need protection from spies, saboteurs, and terrorists. Second, it reinforces the Russian state media story of Ukraine as enemy number one and switches Russia's status from aggressor to victim. Residents of occupied Crimea fear Ukraine. Also, the Russian security services create the illusion of protection, but in fact oppress any opposition to the regime. Because of this, Russia fabricates the cases against them. It's not hard. All you need is torture. Under torture, Serhiy Litvinov confessed to murdering 48 civilians in Donbass, which was broadcast on state TV. Afterwards, Russia canceled these charges as false, but invented new ones instead. To falsify the evidence, Klich and Karpuk were accused of fighting in Chechnya at a time and place when there was no warfare going on yet, and killing 30 soldiers who are documented to have died elsewhere. They were brutally tortured and confessed to all the absurd accusations. To extend your jurisdiction where it never was, Russia accuses Ukrainians of events outside its jurisdiction in space and time, like participating in protests in Ukraine and Crimea before Russia occupied it. Imprisoning journalists is convenient for Russia too, like Ukrainian journalist Roman Sushenko, who lived in Paris and wrote about Russia's influence on France. He was arrested on a private visit to Moscow and accused of spying on fictitious charges. Dozens of kids are now left without parental care. We can and should stop this. In 2016, global pressure on Moscow enabled the release of some Ukrainians. We can release more. How can you help? Tell your friends about the Let My People Go campaign, organize a demonstration in front of a Russian embassy, contact your politicians and media, ask Russian officials about Ukrainian prisoners at any chance, write a letter of support to a political prisoner.